Il people should have talked and discussed with Caroline Laffat, uh, Natalie Harp, who expelled her and ousted her from her job. They should have discussed with her in her last media conference and White House press briefing. They should have discussed it with her, Natalie Harp. She was tossing her blonde hair and her female fatale capabilities. She said earlier that there is no any talks or negotiations or summits or anything in regards to the American government and the Iranian government and regime that is scheduled. And she bade everybody farewell, and said to everybody goodbye and good luck. And she said it was something great that she's not going to. It was something great working with media people and people from mainstream corporate media, working every day from. There is something about working occurring in America. And Howard Lutnick is saying about President Trump, he is the most hardworking, amazing individual, and he is working throughout the day and the entire day. And Caroline Laffat is saying that about herself. She's saying she's not going to miss taking people's calls from 5 a.m. in the morning until 11 p.m. in the evening. She is going to miss working with the people and them being her colleagues. Go throughout. She is the most despicable creature. She is mean. She lies. She is double standard. She is double standard, and she was a violent creature. I come across males, females like this on a daily basis. She used to attack media personalities day and night, saying to them, are you interrogating me and questioning, she's saying about herself, are you questioning her qualifications and capabilities? And on a daily basis, and she would ban. This is forbidden, because in the American Constitution, this is not, she used to say, it is a privilege coming to the White House media conference and the media summit and the press conference and the media conference weekly or daily, on a daily basis, that is being done via the White House. This is among the jobs of the American president and his administration, to discuss everything with media outlets. It is enshrined in the Constitution. They are not doing anybody favors, and she's saying having access to the White House and the president is a privilege. He works for the people, including she works for the people. They assume a place as Mar-a-Lago. This is not Mar-a-Lago. Is this Mar-a-Lago? This is not Mar-a-Lago. And Howard Lutnick is talking about, and it is also the day of hard working and the day of renaming. He's talking about Howard Lutnick, that they are going to rename El Kennedy Center with El Trump name, and it must be built quickly, or an accident is going to occur, and cement is going to fall on the people, and catastrophe is going to occur. And he says President Trump is the most hardworking, and he is condemning Canada, and he is saying they are making plots, and he's saying he is the greatest builder and he is a great president. He's praising President Trump, and he is working the entire day, and he's talking about El Kennedy Center. It is rebuilding and renaming must occur quickly, or a catastrophe is going to occur, and the Kennedy Center will begin falling on. It will lead. What is going to occur? It is going to lead, and it is going to fall on the people. What is this? Howard Hilton also has become, due to tribulations and the turmoil he is amid, he has become catastrophic. And President Trump is talking about that he had been envisaging for so long. For so long he was envisaging. It was a gulf, then it was a lake, and it is going to be renamed. America has renamed the Ontario Lake as Lake America, and he wants to rename including the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific, and we want also oceans. We have seas, we renamed lakes, and currently he said America wants to including this is a violation, and it doesn't occur in international law, and no nation, whatever it is, including it is if it's the mightiest nation America, it is not allowed to rename territories or this is international waters. It is not allowed to including or يعني waters that are adjacent and belongs to particular nations, including America if it's the mightiest nation, in international law and under international law. It doesn't give it such permission, and it doesn't allow America to do this. And he said we renamed previously Mexico Gulf as the American Gulf, and he says America currently also wants to rename oceans. We want oceans, the Pacific, the Atlantic. And then he talks about President Putin, and he says President Putin is not going to invade any NATO nation. Actually, President Putin, he said he's going to bump the hell out of the United Kingdom because it supplied. Who went to Kiev, including the entire coalition of the willing. They went to Ukraine on its national day, and they celebrated with President Zelensky, and he said, hello, Andy Burnham, this despicable creature, they are going to help, they are going to assist and help and aid Ukrainians in developing and producing and manufacturing on a very fast pace and quickly and simultaneously, instantly. They are going to produce a very cheap sort, kind and type of Patriot missile interceptors for lower costs than the American ones. And they are going to give supply Ukraine with lots of money and weapons. Apparently Putin became aware of this, and he said that weapons that had targeted Russian people and Russian facilities and the buildings and the places had been manufactured, and it was sent via the United Kingdom. And President Putin said he's going to bomb the hell out of the United Kingdom, including Iran. It is threatening to conduct a military strike against the United Kingdom. And they are saying the US military currently is experiencing a beyond critical shortage of advanced Patriot missile. Andy Burnham said in Kiev a few days ago in the coalition of Wheeling Summit and meeting and conference that they are going to produce Patriot missile interceptors via the United Kingdom and other EU and NATO nations for a very a little amount of money, and they are going to and they are going to supply it with money, including in Norwegians. They said they are going to give and supply and support Ukraine with 90 billion US dollars. Norwegian, the richest nation upon planet Earth. They are saying the Americans are experiencing a beyond critical shortage of advanced Patriot missile interceptors in Europe due to Trump's war with Iran, meaning the US military does not have enough Patriots to stop any potential sustained Russian ballistic missile attack. Per US, this is according to US and NATO officials. In the event of a direct hot war with Russia, including strikes on a military base or power plant, NATO would now have very limited capability to defend Europe. This comes on the same day Russia directly warned it could start bombing UK military bases here and there due to the UK support to the Ukrainians. Putin said if they, including President Putin, he said, if Russia was doing a fraction of what Israel is committing against all nations on a daily basis, the entire planet Earth, all the Westerns, including the USA, would annihilate Russian people and their government. He said if they were doing what Israel is doing, and Trump is talking, he said he's going to go to Texas and spend the entire day there, and he said somebody despicable is running to become a senator in Texas, and Kim Bexton is a great human being and a great man, supported via President Trump, and there is a despicable creature labeled as Teleferico. He from the Democrat Party, Democrat, and he is a bit freaky, and he is supporting Tim Bexton, and he's going to win in Texas. Trump, they said he acquired major victories wins in the primaries, and this could solidify not losing the Senate or the House. They said the war in the Middle East is intensifying. Israel is attacking the nations of the Middle East, and Netanyahu is saying to Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, you should ally and you should cease and halt to attack each other, and you should stop attacking each other. He's saying to Ben-Gvir and Smotrich this, or they are going to lose in the arriving and the coming elections. And he's saying to them, ally with one another and join forces, or else their party, Likud is going to lose in elections. And he said you should end and cease and to stop fighting with one another. The other thing that is occurring, Abbas Arashki and the after the Pakistanis and the Omanis, who said they did greatly with the talks with the Iranians and President Trump and his administration. They said stuff that occurred, they have no regards to what the talks that were they were saying Oman is doing a bidding for the Americans. President Trump said it doesn't involve, neither concern the Americans. It talks between the Omanis and the Iranians, and they said previously they are going to blow up and bomb the hell out of Oman. President Trump said whatever talks they are doing, the Iranians and the Omanis and the Americans, it doesn't involve the Americans. It is and they are, and it does not exist. He says it is not something that America is involved in. And the Qataris also went there and they had talks with the president, with the foreign minister Abbas Arashki, and they are saying they talks and the summits are doing great. What doing great? They have around 6 billion. They are saying 12 billion, 24 billion. They have their money. They have Iranian money in the banks of Qatar, and they are saying the money is still with the Qataris. They are part of the catastrophes that is occurring. Money that was allocated for Iranians during the Biden era and the Barack Obama era is still in the Qatari banks. They're still in the Qatari banks. They are also responsible for the current tensions, wars, and escalations and catastrophe that is occurring. Money from the Biden era and the Obama era is still in the banks of the Qataris. And they said they had negotiations there and it is doing greatly. And Masoud Pezeshkian said they are relying upon ruining our nation and we should not allow this. And he is saying that they are adhering and abiding and they are holding to the memorandum of understanding. They said الإيرانيين said أنهم متمسكون بمذكرة التفاهم التي أقرها ووقع عليها الرئيس ترامب في قصر فرساي في فرنسا. And the other thing the talks and the debates for the French elections are occurring at Roland Garros. It is labeled as Roland Garros, a place where they have their international arena for tennis championships. Tennis championships. They are doing a summit there. They are doing debates and talks, and it was funded via a business sector. Where is the citizens of France? It says citizens of France should be in these debates and talks. Is this a boat nation? Was the nation? Is this a democratic republic? The people in the business sector, they give money to the French politicians, and they told, and it should be televised. Entire planet Earth should listen, watch, and be aware of French politics. And they were discussing lots of stuff. It was something shambolic. And they said French presidential candidates clash at first debate before upcoming elections. They are saying it was something shambolic. It was something, and they are saying no clear winner emerged as 7 French presidential contenders sparred in their first debate ahead of next year's election on the main court at Roland Garros. the home of the French Open, اللي هو tennis championships. And it was, as I told you, I haven't went via the stuff I am telling you, it was shambolic. Because it was paid for via the 1% elite. What? Imagine if it is like Jeff Bezos, what is his name? Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and tycoons اللي هو tech tycoons buying the presidency and ordering them and telling them to make debates in a closed circle for the few, not for اللي هو 99% of the French citizens. Forest fires, dying from heat waves, dying from major catastrophes, unemployment, inflation, horrendous stuff. And the business people, they bought the elections, and they told them to make this shambolic debates and talks and summits. And they said it was great talks with Qataris. Iranians said that they don't want a memorandum of understanding to be ruined, and they are adhering and abiding to it. And Abbas Arashki was talking with those Qataris, the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister of Qatar. And Masoud Pezeshkian, he said, no Muslim nations should ally one another وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان. He said no Muslim nation should aid another evil X and Z entity to raid, invade, go to war against X and Z Muslim nation. This is forbidden, and the Muslims should, all of them, they should support one another, ally and unite, and they should not allow evil and crimes to occur against a Muslim nation via them. Another thing, and Iraq, there is a catastrophe occurring. The Americans are going to leave Iraq via the end of 30 of September. The Americans, they are going to leave Iraq, and there is something labeled as decommissioning, حصر السلاح. In Iraq, they have lots of factions that are mightier and more militarized and weaponized than the Iraqi army and the military. And they are so many, including they are labeled as Al-Fasa'il al-Islamiyya, the Islamic factions. They are labeled as the Islamic factions, and they refuse to submit and surrender their weapons. And currently they were supposed, the Americans are going to leave Iraq 30 September, and the last day to surrender and submit all the weapons outside the Iraqi military is also on 30 September. They refused it. The Islamic factions of Iraq and their prime minister and their president and their government, they extended the duration. They extended the duration of surrendering the weapons and the military. Ali Zaidi, they extended the duration. And I have something extraordinary for you. He has become munharif. What is his name? he has become منحرف. They stuff القطارس they love somebody in Qatar is in love with Ahmed al-Shara. Somebody in Qatar. The MasterCard and the Visa card is currently functioning in Syria after removing it from a terrorist list and the nations that are sanctioned. And they are using currently the MasterCard and the Visa card. Who is using the MasterCard and the Visa card? He is sitting in a coffee shop and he is drinking coffee. Ahmed al-Shara. Wearing naked clothes. اتفرجوا. What is happening to this man? Have a look. Somebody in Qatar loves him. He's drinking coffee. ده ربنا يرزقني كده ويديني شغلانة عظيمة ويجعلني من العظماء. اللهم هب لي ملكا لا ينبغي لأحد من بعدي. What is this? The guy, he's wearing his billions and trillions gifted watch worth billions of US dollars. He is using currently a Visa card and a MasterCard currently in Syria. From a terrorist to the rich قارون. He became قارون. لقد أصبح منحرفا. He was a sheikh. Currently he became this. And he's wearing his gifted billion trillion dollar watch. A king and an emir is in love with him. And they are buying them like a girlfriend stuff. What did they say? Will that be cash or credit, Mr. President? President Ahmed al-Shara pays with a Visa card in the heart of all Damascus, joined by Central Bank Governor Mohammed Safwat Rasalan. And what is going to occur tomorrow? Talking about Visa card and the credit. What is it named? MasterCard. I don't have, including cents. I don't have any sort of money, and I am the greatest human being upon planet Earth. At Jackson. What is it named? Jackson Hole. Kevin Walsh is going to talk tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. They are going to have their summit and conference and talk is there. And they are saying, what is Kevin Walsh? They didn't do anything about the interest rates and they didn't do any hikes in July. In July, they didn't do anything. And there were a 9-3 vote. The interest rates in July via Kevin Walsh, the Federal Reserve Chair. They left it and changed it. And what did Trump also do? Trump, he delayed the banks of America and the Federal Reserve issuing any digitalized currency, until 2030. No digitalized currencies in America issued via the Federal Reserves and the banks until 2030. Trump made this executive order after his conquer and conquest of Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario. The vote in July was 9-3. There were 3 dissents, 3 refused, and 9 agreed. And they said there is growth in America and they are doing everything to make the inflation at 2%. Yet they are saying there isn't going to be any more inflation at 2%. They are saying, what is Federal Reserve, what is it is going to do. They are going to do اللي هو stuff of Ben Bernanke QE, quantitative easing, اللي هو when 2008 financial crisis occurred, they did QE. They printed lots of money to stabilize markets, and they made lots of liquidity in the market. It is quantitative tightening. They are going to do quantitative tightening. They are going to they said Trump he halted digitalized currencies, yet they are saying there is going to occur lots of money printing is going to occur. Quantitative easy is اللي هو printing of lots of money. This is the stuff of Ben Bernanke. This is the stuff of Ben Bernanke اللي هو quantitative easing. They are saying quantitative easing is going to occur. And America is at a turmoil juncture due to that it is debt and deficit. It exceeded 40 trillion. 40 trillion. They don't know what to do about it. And inflation is high. They are saying to do anything about inflation and the deficit, America should allocate each day 8 billion, around 8 billion US dollars. It is similar to what they say about the costs of this war, 1 billion each day. They are saying America has to allocate 8 billion US dollars each single day to deal with inflation and the inflated debt that is occurring. This is among the stuff that is occurring everywhere upon planet Earth, entire planet Earth. Help me find job and university and work abroad with great people in a great nation.